Hey, welcome back, 2025. It's going to be an exciting year. So I hope you guys had a good break. We certainly did. We definitely needed it. This year is going to be absolutely awesome. Some exciting things happening. President of Rockford Fosgate is going to come visit us with Eric Russell, two of the world's most renowned people when it comes to the passion of the brand. Brian Schmidt from the United States coming out, Mobile Solutions. I mean, he is super talented. He's going to be coming out here and he rubs shoulders with guys like Chip Foose and Dave Kindig. So you can imagine the level at which we're talking about. All the fortunate people that are in our circles will be included and have the opportunity to get first-hand, upfront information on the latest and greatest techniques of installation globally. Well, anyway, you're in the front end of our building today. We're in the reception area. This is where we're going to be having some of our trainings in April. But hey, the reason why we're having this little video today is to talk about the question that was asked last year. How many watts does a 100-watt speaker acoustically produce? I know some people that have obviously been on trainings actually got it right. Most speakers produce around 2% acoustic watts. In other words, if you fed 100 watts in, you're getting 2 watts out. I mean, 3 watts is a lot, and that's normally on an air horn, super efficient. You know, and days are gone where they made efficient speakers. Today, it's easier to get more power from an amplifier, and the speakers aren't efficient because they work in smaller enclosures. Obviously, the offside of that is that you've got to have a good amplifier to drive these inefficient speakers, but the plus side of it is you get them to work in smaller enclosures, which gives you lower frequencies. And that's where having the right amplifier is so critical, because remember we spoke about current? Current's what moves that cone. So I'll tell you how this happens. If you take an incandescent bulb, it's 100 watts, that is actually more efficient than a loudspeaker. Well, what happens to the rest of the power? It goes away in heat. It's lost in heat. People think, wow, I'm listening to 100 watts. Well, you're not. You're listening to 3 watts. And that's why every single opportunity of getting the maximum from that, in other words, the acoustical gain, the correct enclosure, making sure you have the right amplifier, making sure you've got no losses between the amplifier and the speaker in terms of the cable. The cable is so critical because you can get resistance losses on there as well. Besides the power to the amplifier, which, you know, is obvious, you need to get enough power from the amplifier to the battery or the power source. All of these factors are critical. Getting the correct crossover points, the time alignment to make sure that your woofer, your front stage, which is comprised of mid-bass, mid-range, and tweeters, are all on the same time alignment to get acoustical tracking. Now, all of these things, people just assume this happens. Then we start talking about, you know, besides room gain and equalization. So we're going to discuss all of these factors down the line. But to answer the question, it is about 2 to 2.5 watts, which is 2.5% that you're getting from that loudspeaker. And that's bearing in mind, I mean, each frequency band has different sensitivities to the human ear. So low frequencies are less sensitive. Obviously, higher frequencies are more sensitive. If you don't even consider the equalization effect of the human ear, that's another whole conversation for another day. But hey, we'll see you next week. Keep tuning in, like and subscribe. Hopefully we can provide you some more intuitive first-hand information from here in South Africa. Rockford Fosgate, live it on.